2, 3. I just did the clap. That means we're rolling. Here we go. My name is Raph, and welcome to the Rehab Bromance first official episode podcast. And I'm with, we're all co-hosts, but I'm with Jed to my right or left, and then right to left, Trevon. I don't know how that goes. And yeah, man, so kind of going to get into a little detail, like how it started. Like, I've always kind of wanted to do a podcast, and it was always this timing of like, it wasn't right, or I wasn't mentally, emotionally prepared, or whatever it was. And then I remember kind of getting into a couple episodes on a couple podcasts, and I was like, man, this is really good. Like, I really want to jump on this now. Like, it was kind of like, wow, it's hot. Let's get on to it. And so I think I just did an episode with Jed on his podcast, Church and Other Drugs. Go check that out, Church and Other Drugs.
Ampersand Church.
There we go.
And Other Drugs.
And Other Drugs. And so I was on there, and it was a good flow. We were just talking, nerding out, honestly. It was just a good conversation. It was like what you would do, shooting the shit with the guys. And that's something, a big thing of mine, is like just getting connected with people and shooting the shit, talking about live things, talking about things that, you know, we can just have fun with, and like what you would do in your spare time when you're shooting the shit, drinking a beer. But here now we don't drink beer. We drink coffee and nicotine, man. We smoke and we drink a lot of coffee. And so I remember talking to Jed about it, and I was like, you know, it'd be really great, dude. We should definitely start a podcast. And I think we had this conversation in November, around about.
That sounds right.
Yeah. And then Trevon went on an episode, and dude, I already seen Trevon and his walk and his personality, and he has this light about him, like it's very few people have, that where you're just like, I want to be around this person more. And so I saw Trevon have that, and I was like, dude, he did great. He was speaking well. Like, he wasn't really nervous, and it just sounded natural. I was like, why don't we all three put this together, and let's do this? And so I remember contacting Trevon, talking to Jed about it. What do you think about us throwing a third person on? So it's just not like open-winded between us two, which it could be. And so here we are, and this is months later, and it's really cool because I got to know these two people on a personal level throughout the years. Jed from a distance, and then all of a sudden it got really close. And then Trevon, I got to, and if you don't mind if I share. So I used to work at Woodlake in Abbeville, and I was a tech there, and man, I was early in recovery. I was like, oh, I want to be a part of recovery, and I want to work in recovery as well. Think about that before you get into that. And so, because that's a double-edged fucking sword.
Take a big pause.
Yeah,
think about it.
Write some shit down or whatever. Actually, you know what? Highly suggest starting as a tech and see how you like it from there.
There you go.
And that's my experience. And so, anyways, Trevon had came through, and he had a good little group of guys. And so when they got out, man, I was able to connect with them more, and then kind of always wanted to get it to know you more. Mm-hmm. You know, like I was always like, man, like this is a good dude. He's doing his thing. Like, so I know it's not going to be this transparent, I'm doing okay kind of shtick when we talk. And then over the years, it's kind of worked that way into that. And then when we talked about doing the podcast, our relationship has grown like 10x.
Absolutely.
Like when we talk about just like, not just struggles, but like busting each other's balls on stuff. But it's been really cool, and I'm grateful for that. And then I met Jed, who came through Victory, and I remember the first thing. So I was doing an event. So I do alumni and events coordinating at a treatment center, and I met Jed the day of like our biggest event, I think it was.
Yeah,
and I was like, damn, dude, really, all recovery's coming out. Like, I ain't seen this motherfucker in years, dude. And then realized I was like, oh, this motherfucker's in treatment. And so we got to know each other, and I think the second day or whatever, he was going through it, and we watched the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. And I was like, okay, because I knew he was a Star Wars guy.
No, for me, it was when you talked about the last Agni Kai.
Yes, Zuko and Azula.
Yeah.
Bricked up, huh?
Yeah, oh, I love it. And it's been on since.
It has, which I just found out this morning that Agni is an old Sanskrit word for fire. That's where we get ignite.
Okay.
No shit.
Blew my mind.
Little fun facts here and there. That's what you're getting at this podcast.
Yeah,
I love it.
Rehab Bromance.
Educate me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we just all got to talking and got to get together, and we wanted to take our time with this. We didn't want to just dive in and like, not have really any idea, even though we still kind of don't have any idea of it. But we wanted to do this the best way we could possible. And so we got a great production team behind us that's able to set up B. Phillip Production. Check them out, man. Does amazing music. And so, yeah, we got a great team, and we're just starting off. And we want to bring on speakers here and there. We want to be able to just talk about not just recovery, man, like, because our life is so much more than recovery itself. I mean, yes, it's an everyday thing, but like in a sense that we're talking about recovery, we're talking about being dads, the insecurities and the fears that come with that. But then also shooting the shit. We're talking about movies. We're huge movie buffs. We actually all like to go to the movies at least twice a month. It feels like.
I think that's for me. That's the
minimum.
The minimum for sure. But that is the that is very much some intimate time that we spend together, even though we don't talk. But we all have our own perspective on movies. And yeah, bro, like when I first met y'all, it was just like y'all talk about those movies, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, well, I thought I was like, a movie aficionado, but I mean, then y'all tell me about movies I've never seen before, and vice versa, and it's like, damn, like that's pretty cool, man. I never really met people that like people say they like movies or they're into movies, but they really don't like give you the depth. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that you guys definitely
they don't seek. Right. It's like the types are like people that. It's just like, yeah, I see whatever movie everybody's talking about. Or like they'll be like, I like this movie. And then you do a little searching and you see that it's trending or whatever. Right. And you're like, okay. So you don't really know. It's the people that'll pull the deep cut out or like.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like when Netflix did Bird Box and everyone's like, oh my God, I loved Bird Box. And
I went on a tirade of how much I fucking hate that movie, dude. It's so dumb, dude. Yeah. I hate
But I'm a sucker
movie.
for Sandra Bullock. God.
Okay, I was wondering. I'm thinking about Black Box with Bird Box.
Bird Box is terrible.
I didn't like it.
I
didn't like it.
Yeah, but I love the cast. I thought the cast was good. Like, it was a good cast. But
Machine Gun Kelly? Favorite role?
All right, you got me on that one. Take out Machine Gun Kelly.
He was fine.
Yeah, but I'm just not a fan of. Anyways, this is what we're going to be getting into, and so things like
Coulson.
that. Coulson? That's his name? Yeah, the fact that you remember his name fucking blows my mind. But exactly like that. And it was funny because I was always seeing, like, I would go to a movie with, like, a friend or something like that, and I'd see Trevon leaving. Like, every time for, like, a month. Yeah. Dude, I'm like, what'd you go see? And we're talking about, like, Captain America. I'm like, what'd you think? And then we're sitting, I'm like, dude, what?
Do you know, man, we went and saw Cocaine Bear. And we sat through. I loved it, but we sat through the movie, and before I get up, behind me, I just hear this woman's voice go, "What the fuck was that?" And I turn around, and it was Joni, bro. Joni and Chris.
Oh God, dude.
She goes, "Oh hey." That's why I love Lafayette's crowds in movies, bro. Like, you know that movie Men?
Oh yeah.
If y'all haven't seen Men, it's like at the end, it's the most insane body horror part ever. It's disgusting. And so in Lafayette, Louisiana, it's just a bunch of couillons. And so, like, this dude behind us the whole time was like, no, what? Man, what is this? Like, I can't, no. Oh, just like, but he didn't leave. He went through it, but he was just like, what is this?
The whole time?
The whole time.
Well, it sounds like you owned a plantation
we went and saw Rocket Man. Mm-hmm. And the first gay kissing scene, 45% of the audience stood up and walked out.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I knew it was gay, but you don't have to show me.
Yeah, that's South Louisiana for you.
Yes, bro, that part, that was so funny. It was literally just like, well, I'm out, just everybody.
Well, and it's cool, too, because, like, you get a lot of people in recovery as well that, like, came in. Like, I've heard some really cool stories of, like, people that come in, like, full-blown KKK members and then, like, have, like, one of their best friends be black, like, through recovery, working through the steps. So that's been a phenomenal thing, man, as well. What, time out?
Where'd that come from?
Well, I was just thinking
David
about,
Duke?
like, were you talking about?
What are you talking about, bro? Like,
well, you were talking
from movies to.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. You say that, but I mean that's kind of been my experience.
Yeah.
Well,
wait a minute. Personally.
Who's the David Duke now?
I can't. I'm not. Yeah.
no, I want to hear this. Though,
okay, keep going. Sorry.
So we actually just spoke on him. You know what I'm saying? Like he was my sponsor. And he actually like
David Duke?
No, come on.
I know.
No. Hey, man, we had Black History Month.
I know. I was like, wait.
But no,
what?
seriously. Like a guy was sponsoring me, and I'm gonna just say it like this. You know what I'm saying? Because anonymity, of course. Sure. You know, he was sponsoring me, and we went eat at Cajun Table. You know, and he was like, man, he said, I just really want to thank you because, you know, like the way I grew up, you know, I grew up like my parents didn't like me hanging with black people, you know, and when I went to prison, I was with the AB, you know what I'm saying, and everything. He was like, but when I got into recovery, it showed me like how much I was missing out on, you know. So we finished the steps, and after we finished the steps, I ended up moving in with him.
That's awesome.
Just to give you that.
Oh, that's awesome.
There you go.
That's
just to give you that.
Yeah,
you know
it's true.
So it showed me though also like I get glimpses of maybe how he not really feels, but how he felt before.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But it's jokingly. You know what I'm saying? And I know it is because I know the guy's heart. You know what I'm saying?
Tell.
So yeah.
Speaking of joke, since y'all didn't go to the meeting last night, and I will protect anonymity.
Yeah.
It was a packed house, and you know the crowd there. So you know, probably like last night was probably like 60-40.
Okay.
And our favorite, you know, what did you just say, person?
Oh,
just
God,
casually dropped like. And these days, I just have white people problems, and I just did a quick scan, and boy, it did not land.
Well, but that if it was going to land, it was going to land there, though.
Yeah.
So he was probably like, I got to rethink that. But I've said it before, I think, in that meeting itself, where I'm like, yeah, like today I just have white people problems.
These days, it's first world problems.
First world problems. And see, that's where I got to work on things right there.
Yeah.
But and it's really cool.
I say it. There was one in particular that I saw that I was like, ooh. She is not happy with that one. Then with that same meeting when he was like, it was so funny to me, dude. So he's always, and what he says is factual. So like,
it's his delivery.
It's his delivery, but he'll like lead the prayer at the end. And it'll just be like, you know, take a moment of silence and think about those. It can range from think about those that have to sleep outside tonight to those that aren't going to make it. Mm-hmm. Well, this night, it was the night before Mardi Gras, and he was like, all right, everybody, I want you to think about the person that's going to die tomorrow night at Mardi Gras.
Whoa.
And, dude, everyone took a beat, and then this older black man just goes, God damn! Like it was
like years of trauma coming out of that
like,
goddamn.
Like he thought about it, it was like, nah, well, god damn, bro. Like it was so funny.
We're gonna have to pray for this motherfucker.
Yeah,
dude.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, dude.
Take it down a notch.
Ooh. Yeah. It's funny though too, because like, man, you could write a fucking book out of one meeting sometimes when you go in and you're just like, Jesus, what?
Well, what? I guess I'm from South Carolina. That's kind of how that my grandmother and like great grandma especially. I mean, we have a document that my great grandfather, when the Civil War ended, he was in Virginia, and so he had to get a piece of paper signed, basically saying like, "Don't shoot me, I'm walking home. Mm-hmm. Like the war's over. Yeah. Don't kill me, please. I'm just going home." No shit. So like, you know, my great grandma was 20 years after the Civil War. She was born. She lived to be 104. But like, then it was like, but then it was like getting in the drug world. It's like all those boundaries. It's just like whatever. You know, I'm sure. You know, they called me Scooter in Baton Rouge because I just was the only white kid on a white moped that I would rent out by the hour for crack.
I was gonna say it made sense though, because I was like, were you just like Scooter and you had no scooter, and then that would have been it? No, it's funny.
So you just see me sitting on a porch waiting for my scooter to come back.
The hood loved you, man.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, the whole hood loved me.
Love me, bro.
Oh yeah, dude.
Here he comes.
Well, thinking about it, dude. Well, like growing up in Pineville, man, like, really Colleen, which is like a population of maybe 1,000. I don't even know what it is. It's so small.
And y'all were the rebels, right?
Well, that was Pineville. Oh yeah, like there's like there's a lot of racism going on, and then like So I grew up in Colleen, and it's very like out in the woods, sticks, country boys, backwoods, and like a lot of old ideas and beliefs. It's kind of sad, man, to be honest with you. But hopefully, I think over time it's changed a little bit. I doubt it, but I hope. And so then, like, I went to like a pretty mixed bag of a school at first, and then when my parents got a divorce, I went to the Colleen school. And it was just all white country bumpkins. Like, you're like, oh, yeah, there's a lot of Confederate flags in people's living rooms. And then you go from that, and then I went to Pineville Junior High. And, like, dude, it was, like, totally, like, 50-50, like, white and black. But it was really cool. But what it taught me, like, it was just, I learned, like, a lot of different backgrounds. And I think what public school helped me out with is just like learning how to communicate with others and understanding others. And man, it wasn't nothing for a guy to bring a gun to school in junior high. Like that was just a normal day. Like, and I'm like, he'd be like, I got this fucking gun.
Yeah, exactly.
But don't you fucking say anything. I'm like, I've already shit my pants twice since you said that. So you're good. I won't say anything. It won't be me. Man. And so getting into the drug scene, man, I remember I go to this area, and dude, he'd always call me like, hey, white boy. Hey, white boy. And I'm like, can I say, hey, black man? And I'm just like, I might not even try it. But of course, when you're 20 Percocet deep, you might try it.
Yeah.
You might say a lot of, and do a lot of dumb shit. So it's, it's cool. And then we have that walk of life, dude, where we can talk about what it was like before, man. And then look, man, there were some great times. Like, I don't think we would have done it if it wasn't great at one point. But then it became the point where, from my experience, I was shitting on myself just trying to make it to the drug dealer. Right. Like, where my body's shutting down, or like when you get the call, I'm about to pull up. They're not about to pull up, by the way. Oh, but I'm about to pull up.
Never. I wanted to do some.
You're like, oh god.
I wanted to do some math one day of like how much time, because we all, maybe not you, young buck, but we all grew up in the time before cell phones. So it was like you called them, like, hey, meet me at Food Line at 3:30. And like you're stuck. Then you're stuck there. What are you gonna do? Go find a payphone? And like he ain't answering the phone. Yeah, you're stuck. So I really wanted to calculate how much time did I sit in a parking lot.
That would be a good one.
Total. Probably close to like a year.
Throughout your career?
Throughout my career. I would probably...
Just a year?
I mean, dude, that's how many hours in a year?
I mean, how long you...
Jamie, look that up.
But how long, like, honestly, how long were you in... How long was your career? So think about that.
All right, let's do some quick math.
You've been out there for a minute.
Do some quick math. So... I can't do math. How many? 24 hours in a day times.
Yeah.
All right, 8,760 hours in a year.
Okay.
And how long did your career last? About 20 plus years?
Yeah, that's fair to say.
So you're saying 1 to 20?
So if we say 20,
that's a lot.
Goal. Yeah, no. So if we're just saying 20, then that's about 7,300 days.
Okay,
that's 24 hours. That's too much. But no, so 20. I forgot. So how many? Let's estimate an hour per day. It'd be like probably 3 hours.
Okay.
3 hours a day in a using career. That's probably about average of how much time you're waiting.
That's probably
3 hours. Yeah. So we'll call it 21 hours a week. And so if I use for 20 years, the actual time waiting, we'll call it 5 years.
Okay,
we'll be conservative.
Yeah. I think that.
Woo!
Yeah. That's
so,
about right. Because I know I've waited a long time.
Oh my God,
you know what I'm saying? A long time before cell phones, like you said.
Yeah.
Even with cell phones, you wait. You know
Oh yeah. That, sometimes even worse because then there's constantly be like almost there.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, here was my issue, dude. Is that I would every time I'd get a phone, I'd have it for about 3 months, and all my friends back at home could testify. And then I'd sell it, and I'd go without a phone for like 6 to 9 months.
2 things I never sold: phone, car.
Yeah.
No, I never did. Phone and a car.
Okay. Well, for me, it was phone for sure. Phone for sure. But like y'all know how much I love my shoes.
Yeah.
Man, I had a collection, bro. I swear the collection probably was about 30 grand easy.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And
then or now?
Then.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Now we good now.
Retired.
We
no,
good
I'm
now.
saying like it was worth 30 grand then.
Oh yeah.
So now, how much do you think it was worth?
Oh, a lot, because Kobe died. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that was a boost.
Bunch. I had like probably. Okay.
So yeah, what was your?
So the Kobe Black History Months.
Yep.
I sold those for like 700. And I don't know, man. I really didn't.
I looked up to the people. He did good. He did all right. I guess the shoe market has had a correction recently. Okay. You actually made the right decision.
You made the wrong right decision. You might should have sold
more, actually.
Oh, trust me, I should have, but bro, you know how that goes.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Well, so, I mean, dude, did you ever, profit off of, I called them junkie garage sales, where, so when I was dealing, people, it became known that, you could just bring stuff to me, and I would, the coolest shit I ever got, dude. This dude, who knows where he got it, he brought me a vintage pharmacist sampler kit. I mean, it came in a wooden box with velvet, and dude, it was Seconal, methamphetamine, Desoxin, prescription methamphetamine, barbiturates, old school oxycodone in these little glass vials, bro, that were from the 1930s.
Oh shit,
that's pretty dope.
I ate them all.
No. Well, I want to get back to, so you're talking about when you were selling your shoes in addiction, man. And so I got a question for you personally. That's something that I've kind of still frustrated over myself. Are you how do you feel eternally about that? Have you completely let that go? I know that we're talking about small.
I don't think I'll ever let that go, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? That's, because even now, y'all know how I feel about shoes.
Yeah.
And my Kobe collection is not what it was, and even, I'm gonna go look. I don't deal with eBay too much, you know what I'm saying? But I had some. You asked me about my rarest shoes. I would say those same Kobe's, but they had one called Kobe Influences. You know what I'm saying? They were high top those, and they were the Miami Hurricane colors. You know what I'm saying? And right now they probably if I go on StockX now, they won't even give me a price. They would say bid. You know what I'm saying? And I think the last pair was sold for $800.
Yeah.
Kobe influencers?
Yeah, the influence. You know what I'm saying? The 9 Elite. But I'd never get over that though, man. Never.
No. Well, because the reason I asked that is because so when I was in my addiction, my childhood, I grew up and I was buying Pokemon cards. I was my sister lived in LA, so she would always get these really cool, hot, the new Pokemon cards way before someone in Pineville, Louisiana would get them. And so I had this amazing collection, man. And shout out to my parents for buying me all kinds of Pokemon, and still love it to this day. And that's where I'm kind of getting at. So in my addiction, though, I went to Game Exchange and sold them. And a
game
I know that's a whole another fucking frustrating part of it, but then selling it, the high was phenomenal. The regret is still to this day, and I was curious of how you felt about when you sold your shoes, because I still feel like shit, not shit, but there is regret in it
for sure.
And and so now I'm finally getting back into my Pokemon thing. Spending way too much than I should, to be honest. So I need to slow the fuck down, because it is gambling. It does feel good when I rip a card pack and I'm yes, and then when I don't, I feel like I'm empty, there was no God.
Oh my God!
Well, we caught the bug again during COVID, and then so I had finally built up probably the most expensivest. I love that show. The most expensivest with 2 chains. The most expensivest collection of graded comics, graded cards that I have built up in my life, and over the past 2-year relapse, it's just, I kept a few, but I had just some great stuff that I just let go.
What was your best?
My best was probably my best, probably a graded 9 first edition Dark Charizard.
Oh,
yeah, but I got a fair price for it, so I'm not too mad. But I had some, if you know Frank Miller, I had some autograph. I had 8 autographed Frank Miller Daredevil runs.
Oh, nice.
I had the first Miles Morales that I got at a steal. I mean, I just had some stuff that I had been wanting for a long time, and it just
let it go.
Bro. That's, man. Whew.
Yeah, no, that's tough.
Stuff that took forever to acquire, and then took nothing to just let go.
I know, man. And even with Rafe talking about that feeling you get when you opening that pack or whatever, it's for me with the shoes, man. I'm telling you, my first 2 years in recovery, I was buying a pair of shoes one time it was like every week for like the first 5-6 months, and then I dropped it down to like every other week for like the next year or two.
Did you do that rationalization where like, well, I'm not spending it on drugs, so I'll just do this?
No, honestly, I'm like, I like these, I want them, I'm gonna get them. It wasn't no rationalization or nothing. And then you know, people from the outside, of course, like, man, you're spending too much money on shoes, and I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah,
like
paying my bills.
Like, yeah,
you ain't gotta walk a mile with these feet.
So you know, so like, but if I want it now, I'm able to get it. You know what I'm saying? And then when I just had my baby, you know, not too long ago, it stopped a lot. You know, I will say that it stopped a lot.
I am waiting for like the time-honored dad tradition of walking in and my daughter has like colored on my most valuable comic. It's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. I did find her the other because she loves. And this is my fault because I was like, oh, it distracts her. I would just let her, like, I'd give her a box of, like, commons Pokemon cards, and she just loves to just play, like, 1,000-card pickup with them. But now I can't tell her, like, no, not that one.
Yeah, you didn't open that door.
Dude.
Well, no, that's... And Masa's going clearly through that right now where he's just like... Yeah. And I'm like, all right. And
there goes your college education.
Yeah, dude. No, well, yeah, I know. Dad's over here buying these fucking Pokemon cards. But which has been really cool is that like we've in the mornings, especially like when me and him, when I bring him to school, we'll sit down, I'll have my coffee, we'll pray a little bit, attempt to meditate with him. That's pretty hard, but we'll watch Pokemon, the old school, and it's really cool, man. Because I'll be like, man, damn, my dad used to pick me up, put me by, you know, the TV in the mornings, lay out a little pallet for me, and just enjoy me enjoying that.
Yeah.
And so that's been really cool.
Before we move on, did you ever end up selling like heirlooms or something that, like, what was probably the most valuable, irreplaceable, priceless thing that you sold as an idiot teenager?
Other than my dignity, I would say I'm trying.
That ain't worth much.
No, yeah, that wouldn't work. Yeah, I was like, we were already cooked. Man, I don't know if I ever sold. Oh, I take that back. So my dad had this amazing gun collection, and it wasn't the. He had this 357 that actually got stolen. It wasn't me. Thank God. I really like that was a pearl grip handle, the whole nine, dude. But he had this old, I can't remember what gun it was because I had sold one or two, and then it would steal his prescriptions and all the other things and chainsaws. But I think that was the closest thing to a heavy heirloom where I'd sold that. It was some kind of old gun. But anyways, my dad had still does have tons of old school guns. Like we have a Russian World War I pilot pistol revolver. It's pretty cool. Like, yeah. So like he has this really crazy collection with tons of bullets and stuff like that. So
So you sold all that?
No, I only sold one. I was afraid.
Oh.
That was enough fear to not keep me sober, but to stay the fuck away from his safe.
Who was the Louisiana governor that went to jail like more recently? It was like started with a W.
I feel like that's a very, especially when it comes to Louisiana governors.
Oh, God. Well, anyway, I wound up with one of his pistols through like a friend that like when he went to jail, he gave his gun collection to this person to hold. Somehow it came to me.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty cool.
Yeah. I traded it at a gun show. But no, probably the most valuable thing that we sold, my buddy and his family, they had a pristine first edition Uncle Tom's Cabin that we took. Yeah.
That's Uncle Tom.
And we just straight took it to
Well, how much?
Oh, I think we got like $500 for it or something. The lady was basically like, yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, sweet. Yeah.
And that 500 lasted 1 hour.
Yeah, if that. We might have even. The worst was when, because I remember it was a pistol at the time too. The worst was when like you do all this work and then like I acquired a gun, gave it to a dude, and he just never came back to the car. And I didn't want to admit that I got, so I sat in that car just like, he's coming back. He's coming back. I didn't just sell my soul for nothing. He's coming back. There's nothing worse than getting burned.
I think for me, fortunately enough, you know, we were too poor to even have an heirloom. so I didn't have to.
Yeah, you didn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I didn't have to worry about that.
Yeah,
you know, I was just too busy jacking people. You know, I was one of those people that you just talked about.
Yeah,
well, you are tall, you are big.
Yeah, no, yeah, someone like me, dude, my tiny ass, dude.
Hey, give me your money, man.
Yeah, like, get the fuck out of this. They probably just like open the car door on me, move.
You gonna
get out of the way.
You gonna headbutt him?
Yeah, well, dude, look. Here, the good thing is that we can get very promotional with my forehead. So, as a lot of people know, dude, I have a 9 head. And when I was in high school, well, shit, that's a lie. When I was born, they would always make fun of my forehead. And,
that's nice.
Yeah.
Of them.
Oh, dude. Well, so look, my friends, they would call me Water Tower Head, and they would say, "We just slapped City of Pineville on your big ass forehead, dude." And then, funny enough, my son, he has it, and so every time someone sees my son, they're like, "Oh, that's he's your son." I'm like, "Well, what gave that away? Like, go ahead and say it." They're like, "Oh, it's forehead." And dude, when I tell you, he's working on being the next Cam Scattaboo. He's not even 2 yet, and he's ran into every single thing. And I'm like, "Dude, you're gonna get CTE, and you're gonna be eating crayons if you don't chill out."
So what? All right, so this I was reading an article about like why, or someone posed the question like it was a forum. It wasn't an article. I don't read. It was.
Don't lie.
Here I am lying. It was like, why do you think people aren't having as many kids? And a parent chimed in, and they're like, because nowadays society expects you to watch them 24/7. And because I remember there was a story of like some lady got arrested because like her 13-year-old was home alone or something. Yeah, it was something crazy. Maybe not. It was like between 11 and 13, and like after school was by himself, and they like arrested her.
Damn.
I know. So it's like, yeah, well, I mean, but I don't know that I could gonna do that with my daughter, where it was just like, all right, go outside and do not come back inside during this. You remember that?
Do I remember that?
Yeah.
Man, like look, Saturdays on the weekend. Oh, once you go outside, you're not coming back. Just be back before the street lights come on, but you can't come back
not
in.
a minute earlier.
Yeah, but you can't come back in even before that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You staying outside the whole time.
You didn't want to.
Well, I was about to say, they had to drag me back into the house. Like, you have to go eat. You have to take a bath. Like, forcefully, like, you need to get your ass back. Yeah, oh,
I remember,
God.
this is like, and my poor mother, but like the stuff, I remember we were like creek hiking, and we walked. This creek was fed by the Honeywell chemical factory. Okay, so we would hike.
There's a lot of explanation here.
Listen, it gets better. So we would hike to where like the mouth of it, and it was basically like the backside of this chemical plant that just had water runoff, right? And it formed like a lagoon right there. And we would swim in there. But even better, I stepped on a glass bottle in there and cut the ever-living shit out of my foot. And had to walk back.
That explains.
And I'm fine, right?
Well, yeah. Well, Exhibit A.
But yeah, bro. Like we were straight up like getting like.
Yeah.
I remember my buddy flipping over a rock, and it was a nest of baby water moccasins, dude. Nest, dog.
And they're the most poisonous because they don't know how much venom to project.
We were like, cool, dude, snakes. You know, we got hurt back then.
And it made you tough.
It made me tough.
Well, but then that ties into my biggest fear, and it's like you're asking the questions like, are we going to be like that as parents? Like when they get a little bit older, and it's like, I want to say yes, because I want him to have the experiences who made me me, but then my fear says no, because I don't want him to have the experience who made me me, and I don't want him to get hurt because of the fear of my baby, like what happens and stuff like that. But at the same time, like I know I'll have to, not yet, but I'll have to eventually get over that where I'm just like, just go play.
Yeah.
I can say from my experience, like of course when they're young like that, you're gonna have that. But once they get like 12, 13 and all that, and it's not the same, you're gonna be like, get your ass out there. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. You know, because like my son, like he's 18 now. I remember like when he was a kid. Well, when I had the opportunity to spend time with him, you know, it was kind of like, okay, he's damn near a man now, so I'm not going to be the helicopter parent anymore. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm still worried about him, of course. You know, but I have my daughter, like who I've watched go to, you know, pre-K and cried when she left, and now she's 14, and it's like damn, she didn't want to talk to me no more, you know. But she,
don't tell me that.
I know. Oh yeah, when they teenagers, oh yeah, when they get teenagers, man, they're gonna give you that energy, and you're just gonna reciprocate that, you know. But at the same time, the parent instinct in you is gonna always want you to be there for them.
Yeah.
You know, so like I'm always there for her, but she wants to spend time with her kids, and I mean with her friends.
I was
go
like,
there.
dang, Trevon, you failed as a father, bro.
She want to spend time with her friends, bro, and it's like, Dad, I just need some money. Let me go to the skating rink, or let me go to the
well, that's like
you know.
literally what the hormones are telling them to do. Is like, you need to individualize. Like, this is part of biology. Like, you have to. It's literally like a parent repellent.
Yeah, like, and honestly, you're gonna be proud because like, damn, she's becoming her own little woman. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool. Per se, my 10-year-old. You know, all he is 6'7", Dad, 6'7", 6'7".
That's so funny.
Dad, let's play Roblox. Come to Brookhaven with me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, son, let's go to Brookhaven, and we're there for like an hour and a half, and I'm spending like $40, you know, on Robux for both of us.
What is Brookhaven?
It's like it's this world that you could go and you could like buy a house, buy a car. You could explore the world.
It's a Roblox.
It's Roblox. Yeah, it's a Roblox. Yeah. It's a platform on Roblox that you could go in there and.
I thought you were talking about that place in the mall, Brookstone.
Oh no. Well, look, funny story. They have a Brookhaven going towards Mississippi, and like when I went there, I'd take a picture and send it to him. He's like, Dad, you going to Brookhaven?
So they have built
sweet, though.
Digital crack factory for children.
There you go.
Damn.
There you go.
Yep.
You clap much? I remember my first clap.
I know, that was like the first two were like
you want to hear well, I'm gonna talk about it on my podcast, Church and Other Drugs. Check it out. Follow us, send us a link to follow.
That's a nice plug.
Well, dude, so I love this is the type of conspiracy shit I love, but there is a dude who is now convinced that Vincent Van Gogh is Jack the Ripper.
Oh damn!
So what's the where's the?
So he does. The biggest proof to me was he did handwriting comparisons.
Okay.
And it's a dead match, bro. It is a dead match. Like, it's pretty fucking wild, right? And so then he does. I won't. So he lived. He was in London at times of the murders, and then when he wasn't, he was a 12-hour commute. So very, very possible. Okay. He also says that Starry Night is a map of the Whitechapel murders, and each little star is a different.
Well, actually, I actually have a picture of the Starry Night. I went to when we went to New York. We went to the museum, yeah, and there was a bunch of Van Goghs in there, of course, and I got pictures of pretty much all his paintings in there.
So
that is
so
kind of.
The other one is that all of these murders occur either a day before, a few days before, or exactly on his mother's birthday, which is like a common thing. One of the first murders occurred like 19 days or like 8 days after he was denied by his friend's 19-year-old daughter. Okay. So
was it the daughter?
No, okay. But it was like, it's a common serial killer thing of being like angry at women, right? So he knew about anatomy. He studied anatomy. Okay. And so you remember the ear cutting incident.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So in like September, October, November, there was like 84 Ripper letters in September, 56 in October, 42 in November. So in December, up until December 23rd, there were like 12 letters. And then there were no letters until January the 8th. He cut his ear, went into the hospital on December 23rd, and got out January the 7th. And there were no letters during that period.
Okay, I'm starting to buy a little bit.
Dude, it was like, at first I was like, okay, bro. But he actually lays out some like,
yeah.
Interest. That's just the type of shit I love.
I mean, oh, God. Yeah, I'm not gonna go down there right now.
What?
Well, I'm just trying to think.
No. You're making sense over there, and I don't want to, expand on it because I'm uneducated right now.
Yeah, I ordered the dude's book, and he got me. Even if it's bullshit, it's very interesting.
Yeah, it's
that's
entertaining.
a great theory.
Well, no, yeah, look, especially when it comes to conspiracy theories, dude, like, some of them scare the shit out of me. I'm just like, I don't even want to go down it. Like, for instance, the whole, like, living in the Matrix thing, and it's like the reality of that being so real in today's world where I'm hopping on a video game, killing Jed or Jed killing me or whatever, and then I'm like, whoa, like, if I hop on Grand Theft Auto, man, like, there's people, or not people, whatever, living their lives in their little system, and then I'm like, damn, dude, what if I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so, but yeah, no, conspiracy theories, but I do, what I will say is the one that what's it called? The Mandela effect.
Yeah.
And that one is hard for me to not believe, especially when it comes to not even really the Bearstein, but more the I am your father and Luke, I am your father. I know I came from a reality where it said, Luke, I am your father, when Darth Vader is telling Luke in Empire Strikes Back. I know that. The Fruit of the Loom having the basket.
That
the
one
cornucopia,
I am almost certain
almost
of.
That one, so there's like a couple of them I'm like, I'm willing to go to the grave on, but then it's like, it does have me questioning at times. I'm
Kazam,
like,
I do, you know.
I did a lot of drugs.
I am one of those people, yeah, that's true, that remember Kazam.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Movie. Yep. So it's like, yeah, conspiracy theories, you can go, oh, man, it's a rabbit hole. You got to get, which we'll definitely in the future, man, we could hop on a conspiracy thing. And something I want the audience to know that, like, if you think of any ideas, hey, man, shoot us comments, messages of like, hey, what do you think we could talk about? Because, look, we're open to it. You know what I mean? We're not going to go down every little thing. But to sit here and say that, you know, there's good ideas out there. Not every idea is a good one, but you know, maybe this one's not a good one.
Yeah,
here we are.
We're willing to explore.
Yeah, we're gonna fuck around and find out
find
on
out.
it. You know what I mean? And yeah, we kind of want to cater, you know, to ourselves and what we love, but also, you know, as the audience grows, we want to cater to y'all, man. Especially seeing how this goes in the future, you know.
Yeah, let us know. Mostly, we don't care about your opinion.
Yeah,
We really don't.
Yeah.
And thank you for saying that. Because I was thinking it. I just didn't want to say it.
Because here's the thing. The general public, you're not smart. You don't know what you want. Let us tell you what you want.
Yeah, Jed,
bro.
go ahead and continue that.
It's like pizza, bro. You think Epstein?
You think of Epstein?
Yeah.
Epstein has been a hot topic, man. I will say that, bro.
Well, no, it has been. It no doubt has been. There's something I did want to mention though, that you know, it wasn't hurricane season, but for New Orleans it was, and we're not just talking about Mardi Gras. We're talking about Shia LaBeouf. Everyone needed hands on deck, and this is coming from people from recovery. That motherfucker was causing some
of that New Orleans dude just beating his ass, bro? And it was so New Orleans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it was so.
Yeah,
didn't care about who he was.
I don't care who you are.
Yeah, he was
a hole in your ass, boy.
Yeah, dude. And then they had some like random little white dude be like, and sit down.
Yeah,
like, because there was a dude over him like handling business, dude. And look, Shia's a scrapper, dude. Like you've heard of like stories,
he's
but
tiny
he got
right now, dog.
Oh yeah, no, he needs like every bit of vitamin you can get, sunlight.
I wonder if he's gonna speak about it.
Well,
I doubt it.
Well, that would be. I've been following him, and I felt like, you know how like some people when you see them in recovery, they get real gung ho and very warrior like mentality, and then they go back out. And he had kind of had that thing going on, like he did an interview.
Saw the Bernthal interview.
That's what I was leaning towards, which I thought was a really cool thing, like phenomenal. Love John Bernthal. Love him, man. And so I was always interested in seeing his story kind of play out, and of course we get like a bird's eye view of what's going on because of clips and etc. But dude, yeah, he was wilding, and then I saw this lady ended up bailing him out, and she's like, no one's gonna keep Stanley what's his last name in the holes.
I bet people were, because it's funny, I'd seen a dude say then I saw the lady, I was like, I guess I'd seen someone else say they bailed him out too, but I'm sure I would have driven down there and bailed him out, bro.
And bro, look, she got all kind of recognition for that. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy.
Yeah. She calls one of New Orleans' natural disasters that happened. She helped that out. Just remembering that. Now I would have done the same shit, dude. I'd be like, and to be, especially my addiction. Well, I wouldn't have been able to purchase, be able to get them out. But in my addiction or drinking, oh my God, I would have loved to sat there and shoot the shit with Shy and then watch that train wreck just happen, man. But it sucks too because, when we're on the other side of it and we're watching it and it's like, damn, he's just like literally just trying to drink it away, and then having the knowledge of recovery too is gotta be such a fucking, not even a double-edged sword, just really like pretty one-sided because you have that gift of it. And you know it, and you know what you're doing, and then you're just trying to drown it out, but you can't, man. Yeah. Once you can't unknow that. Yeah. And it sucks.
It does, man. But I will say a pretty cool thing. I didn't like to see him going through what he went through with that, but I do like the fact that like a lot of the celebrities come out during the time of Mardi Gras and have a good time if they can. A friend of ours or somebody we mutually all three of us know. He posted a picture with him with Noah. What's the guy name from the pit? Noah Wilder. Wilder?
Really?
Yeah. And you could tell he was blitzed.
Yeah.
Like dude was like glossy eyes and his eyebrows looked like they had anvils on them. And I was like, bro, that's pretty cool though. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people come out for Mardi Gras, man, especially in New Orleans, and and they have a good time, man. But unfortunately, you have people like Shia, and
yeah.
It's always going to be one. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be one or maybe two.
Oh, no doubt. Well, that's part of it, too. That's part of the experience.
I want to know if that's, like, when he, like, relapsed or if it... Probably not. That's typically not how that goes. I don't know. Maybe it... I don't know.
You're right, though. It's typically not how it goes. It's been happening. That right there just,
That was the spotlight.
That was the spotlight.
That was where he was like, I'm going to let loose. Fuck everybody. I'm going to Mardi Gras in New Orleans.
I always wonder... It'd be... Man, oops. Getting sober with millions of dollars.
It'd be hard.
You
think so?
It would be as easy. I think it would equally be easier and harder.
I don't know, man. I like, for me, I think when that thought creeps up, for me it's always like, I know I'm gonna lose everything.
Yeah.
And that scares me. I'm gonna be, for me.
But so my, I guess, ultimate rich person junkie fantasy would have just been the Prince and Michael Jackson move, where you just have a doctor. You just buy a doctor.
Yeah, and the same thing happens.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't lose everything. They just died, Trevon.
Bro, that's what?
But they died slow. Like, thinking of...
Yeah, dude.
I know. I see what you're saying. No, I see what both of y'all are saying.
Fine. The only thing that happened was they died.
Michael was not fine.
What's
they were
the
not
big
fine.
deal, dude?
They were not fine. Michael Jackson, dude, which is funny now, like, because I've seen stuff coming out of, like, following, like, Michael Jackson and that story unveiling in its own. But I remember a story, and I'm pretty sure it was true, that, like, he would pay certain people to like be in a grocery store and just act like he was a normal person, and he would go into it and just to be a normal human.
Yeah,
I've heard of that. And so like,
he was
Jesus,
too famous.
dude, like that's fucking insane, man. But like the thing about it, like I know when I got sober, and it wasn't my finances by any means, but I was connected to it by my family's, and I think it made my recovery easier because of the less financial stress, because the first 6 months, man, you're really trying to juggle not that too many heavy bags at once, you know what I mean? And that was one major thing that was left off of me, and thank God for that, to where I was able to just focus on recovery and girls. And you know what I mean? Like, you know how that goes. And but it was something that at the same time where it's like someone from the outside would be like, well, he hasn't lost everything. And then you go with the internal thing, it's like, but I did.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I can see where it's just a double-edged sword,
because
too.
I see it with people that are 100% connected with the VA. I see the difficulty they have, because in the back of their mind, it don't matter what they do, you getting $5K at the end of the month.
Yeah. And you said,
no matter what.
So my experience, I like that you said that, you know what I'm saying? My experience, I guess I was just so broken and like, let's see what the word I want to use.
Emotionally and morally bankrupt.
It wasn't just that, man. I was just so, I was broken. I guess that's just the perfect word for it, man. And people would tell me, like, don't worry about your finances when you get out there. You know what I'm saying? Focus on your recovery. And I did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, recovery was like my number one thing, bro. And like, everything fell into place after that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I wasn't worried about, you know, how I'm gonna pay rent next week and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just worried about getting through those steps, making those amends, getting my kids and my family back together, and being whole as a person. Mm-hmm. You know, and during that time, it actually helped me. I mean, I wasn't rich, you know what I'm saying, but I was able to get what I wanted, you know what I'm saying, get the stuff I needed, do shit with my kids, you know what I'm saying, and I think that was the most important thing, and like I kept that, and even throughout the time I've been sober, man, it's afforded me things that I want, you know what I'm saying, and but that's just my experience, you know, it wasn't always. I do want the financial security, don't get me wrong, but like that's not like my main.
No,
it wasn't the main thing for me at the time. You know what I'm saying? And I try to tell these guys, you know, around me the same thing. Like just focus on your recovery.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. I mean, this has been the most. No, well, I don't know. No, I've definitely been financially worse for sure. But yeah, it's definitely been like a season of financial humility, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
If this podcast doesn't make me rich, I will relapse.
There's some haters out there like, fuck this guy.
Yeah. No, I know. More. I guess it's more. I think for me, it's like I think it would have been difficult with just not even, I guess, having millions of dollars, but just have just the access and like ability and all, just like surrounded by these like yes men vultures that just want to destroy your life and have like a vested interest in like keeping you high and stuff. That would have been difficult. I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
That would have been difficult.
And you wouldn't have been able to see it.
No.
Because
our perceptions
too
are
high.
skewed.
Yeah.
Well, and our disease is delusion. It's just like all of our perception of things. And it's sad, but at the same time, and I think us three, I think I can speak for that, is like our hope for others is to also see stuff like that. It's like, hey man, like we still have our struggles, bro. Like we are by no means perfect, and we go through seasons of like, man, we're really riding this wave and enjoying it and doing the things we need to do, and then we get in the way of ourselves, and the thing is like working on how do I get myself out of this situation? How do I stay out of these situations? And by bringing our power granting ourselves in that, man, it's been a phenomenal journey to where I was talking about to Trevon. It's like, well, you had an 8% chance. You know what I mean? And I don't know what the number is. And
something like that.
And now, ever since then, it's like now it's linear. Like whatever else happens, it's just like we're already breaking the matrix of like what's going to happen. And the cool news is like we're just three schmucks. It's like anyone can do this. Anyone can do recovery. Like that's not like in a sense of thing. And I'm not saying go to this program or that program. What I want you to do is find your own thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's really it. Like, you need to find your own path of what works for you. We know what our path is, and because we don't want to break traditions and et cetera, but, you know, that's something that we strive to, like, continuously work on is, like, ourselves, because that's where the growth is, right?
But if you do need help, consider steps. Different.
The 12 steps.
If you do, some kind of 12-step program.
Some kind of program.
Yeah.
You know, but you said it perfectly though, man. Getting out of the way and finding the power greater than yourself, whatever that looks like. You know, because you know, I always say this and people say the same thing, you know, once you take that wheel, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna crash every time. Yeah. You know, I'll let somebody that's done this before take that wheel, and, you know, I'll freelance on the passenger side, and, you know, hopefully they don't crash for me, but I want to see if their crash is, you know, significantly greater than mine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Is
because
it a fender
mine was
bender or is the car on fire?
Because every time mine was the car on fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was a 40-car pileup.
And then there comes them in.
Trevon always crashed because of black ice.
Yeah, that's it, dude. No, and so our hope is. Yeah, dude. Our hope is to have fun, man. Enjoy this journey, and hopefully y'all get to see more sides to us other than just us goofing off, and be transparent and authentic with y'all, man. Because that's the importance of this life, man. Instead of giving the surface level bullshit.
Absolutely.
You know, and I think this went great, dude.
Yeah.
Yep. Good job. Clap for the end. I don't think you have to do that. But I made you clap.
I think it's your fingers, man. Your fingers don't align. You see, you have that one curve right here.
Wait, what'd you do?
Well, see, so this hand, I can't bend Oh, wait, hang on.
Oh, yeah,
it's this
I got
hand.
that,
It's
too.
this hand. I cut the tendons on these.